Right now, a Saturday with no snow. The new month starts a new trend. Chris is tracking the warm-up on the way and how long it will last. But first, the latest from Washington. What's next in the all but over impeachment trial of President Donald Trump?
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us here on News 3 Now. It's Saturday, February 1st. I'm Keely Arthur. We want to update you on what's going on in Washington this weekend after Senate Republicans defeated a motion to call new witnesses to the impeachment trial. Now, instead of voting overnight, as some suspected, senators will now wait and cast their final votes next week. Katherine Johnson explains.
The yeas are 49. The nays are 51. The motion is not agreed to.
The Republican-controlled Senate voted against additional witnesses in the impeachment trial of President Trump.
Mr. Majority Leader?
After the vote, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tried but did not have the support to end the trial with an immediate vote on whether to acquit or convict the president. Senators agreed to hold closing arguments Monday and a final vote Wednesday.
If the president is acquitted with no witnesses, no documents, the acquittal will have no value because Americans will know that this trial was not a real trial.
The debate over witnesses dominated the closing arguments from House managers and the president's lawyers.
You've heard from a lot of witnesses. Even with all of those witnesses, it doesn't prove up an impeachable offense. The articles fail.
Before Friday's session began, the New York Times dropped another revelation from former National Security Advisor John Bolton's upcoming memoir.
According to the report, Bolton writes that President Trump directed him in early May to call then-Ukrainian President-elect Volodymyr Zelensky to urge him to meet with Rudy Giuliani, who planned to discuss investigations into the Democrats. The president's request allegedly came during an Oval Office meeting. President Trump denied the claim in a statement, saying that meeting never happened. Katherine Johnson, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, the vote now scheduled for Wednesday afternoon is after both the Iowa caucus and President Trump will be on the ballot and also after his State of the Union address. Well, speaking of Iowa, that's where all Democratic presidential candidates are this morning as they make their final push before Monday's caucus. That election will be the first test of the American electorate in terms of choosing a Democratic nominee to challenge President Donald Trump in November. Campaigns have been everywhere in Iowa over the past few months, and that's something Iowa residents recognize as special but also overwhelming.
I'm maybe getting sick of all the phone calls and text messages.
I've never noticed a real change. You see a lot of stuff in the media, but like in my day-to-day life, yeah, nothing's really ever like been significantly changed depending on who's the president.
I actually think it's pretty amazing that we get to see all the candidates. And I mean, you can talk to them just like this, face to face.
The people News 3 Now spoke with overnight say they have enjoyed a lot about the campaigns, and they also enjoy not having to go through a third party to get the messages the candidates want to express. Amy Reed will have live coverage of the Iowa caucus starting tomorrow. You can follow her updates on News 3 Now and the Channel 3000 mobile app. Switching gears now to meteorologist Chris Reese. And Chris, you said we're finally going to see some sun.
Yeah, we have to get through today first, but that sunshine, folks, it's in the forecast as we go through time. In the meantime, things are still cloudy outside right now. There is a little bit of fog, but that fog is getting a lot better than where it was. Temperature-wise, we're at 33. Winds remain out of the south and west at 6 miles per hour. We will keep that around. 34 in Janesville right now. Mineral Point at 34. Boscobel coming in at 35. As that sun continues to get higher in the sky, we'll see these temperatures warm up by about another 5 degrees or so going throughout the day. We were watching some flurries overnight that might wake you up with a little sugar coating of snow on some surfaces outside, but other than that, things are relatively quiet, and that streak of cloudy skies is coming to an end. After we see that sunshine on Sunday, we're going to focus on this setup early next week that I think has the potential for some impactful weather around here. There's still plenty of variables to be ironed out, but this is what I'll be breaking down coming up in about 10 minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Chris. Well, Governor Tony Tony Evers has declared a state of emergency in Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha counties. It's in response to the storms on January 10th through 12th that caused extensive flooding along the Lake Michigan shoreline and significant infrastructure damage. The declaration directs state agencies to help people affected and allows the National Guard's Adjutant General to call troops to active duty to help local authorities as necessary. Well, here's a look inside Beijing Airport earlier this morning, where passengers waited in long lines after several airlines suspended flights between mainland China and the U.S. amid the coronavirus outbreak. American Airlines is no longer flying between the two countries, grounding all flights until March 27th. Delta Airlines and United also announced they will stop services from China starting next Friday. Right now, at least 260 people have died as a result of the virus. Well, as the clock struck midnight overnight, the UK's exit from the European Union is now official. Celebrations are underway in London, and a sense of relief that Brexit is done is in the air as the result of the official split. European Union leaders warn that the UK ending its half-century membership will bring a sad new chapter, but British lawmakers disagreed.
Today we celebrate the beginning of our independence, our ability to control our own laws, our own trade deals, our own borders.
Our experience has taught us that strength does not lie in splendid isolation, but in our unique union.
Voters said yes to Brexit as a way to reclaim Britain's sovereignty and take control of immigration rules. It took 3.5 years to agree on terms, but the country is still pretty bitterly divided. More local news now. A group of researchers at the UW has a simple goal for a complicated issue: revolutionize the plastic industry. All of the bags, wrappers, and other items we throw out and recycle are actually complex mixtures of different plastics. With current technology, it can be really tough to extract each individual component and bring it back to its original form so it can be reused. That's the process George Huber and his team of engineers and scientists are working to improve.
Technology to recycle waste plastics is very inefficient. It can only work in some type very pure waste plastics, and you lose the properties of the plastics when you recycle them. So the technology is not very efficient, and it's too expensive.
Only on News 3 Now, we are looking at the impact this research could have on the recycling process and just how much of plastic we can't be used again. Catch that report tomorrow morning starting at 6:30. Well, Life Post Kobe King will go on for the Badgers this afternoon when the team tips off against Cassius Winston and the 14th-ranked Spartans at noon inside the Kohl Center. Without King and Brad Davison, who is serving a one-game suspension, both Brevin Pritzel and true freshman Tyler Wall are expected to start. This will be the biggest test of adversity the Badgers will face this season.
Coaches got to continue to work on instilling that confidence in the guys that are here, the guys that are playing. And I think that is a huge motivator for us going into Saturday, that even with the guys that we have, that we can make a run or impact.
Every day for us, it's fighting to win the next game, staying true to our game plan. We can't sit here and, worry about it. We have things that we have to get ready for and focus on.
Well, one day away from the Super Bowl, lots of people are getting ready for the big game by heading to the store. If you've been considering buying a new TV, now is a good time to consider getting a new one, since prices always drop before the Super Bowl. However, it's not always a good idea to go with the latest technology. For example, 8K offers an amazing image, but it can cost up to 3 times more than a 4K TV. Plus, it's hard to find 8K content. Tech expert David Katzmir says the LG OLED TVs are a good option for picture quality.
Yeah, the issue is that these guys have these TVs that they need to sell. They got new technologies to package them in, so they keep inventing new words because it sounds futuristic.
If you're waiting to buy and you're not on a budget, there's plenty of new tech coming soon. Well, speaking of the big game, both the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers are resting up ahead of the Super Bowl 54. It's been a great season for both teams. Kansas City boasts a record of 12-4, San Francisco 13-3. 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo says there's no team he'd rather be with for his last practice and game.
We had a hell of a day today at practice. Yesterday was great too, and it's just it's great being around these guys. We only got one more practice after this and another walkthrough, but it's just the whole year it's been unreal.
The Chiefs and 49ers have already played against each other once this season back in September. Kansas City won that game 38-27. You can catch their Super Bowl rematch tomorrow on Fox. Kickoff is set for 5:30. Well, time right now, 8:09. A new month means a new round of programming at the Overture Center. We have a preview of the new family-focused events that start this morning. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Chris is tracking your first alert forecast just ahead.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold. At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West End Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. Shake off those winter blues with a new bath or shower update from Mad City Baths. It's surprisingly affordable and easy with installations in as little as 1 day. Classic bathtub designs, tub-to-shower conversions, even walk-in tubs. You know Mad City, we're Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. And now during our winter getaway event, receive 50% off installation. Ask about 2.99% interest financing. And don't choose between a bath project or a vacation this year. With our bonus, you can have both. The first 100 homeowners to invest in a new bath or shower will receive a 7-day cruise or a resort voucher for 2. Plus, call during this program and receive a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466.
Event Essentials can help make your next company event memorable with our impressive rental selection. Tents, tables, chairs, decor, and more, we have it all. Contact Event Essentials certified professionals for expert design and rental options. Event Essentials. We supply everything but the guests.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, good Saturday morning. I'm out on the patio. It's going to be a milder weekend eventually, but we will also be seeing some sunshine. Unfortunately, the day of the sunshine is not today. That comes tomorrow. So this is the 11th consecutive day in a row of seeing no sun. The sky's full of cloud cover, but yes, we are going to be breaking that streak. In addition to breaking that streak, we're also going to be seeing some spring-like temperatures with tomorrow's sunshine. And then there's an interesting setup as we move into next week. Let's start with high-resolution Doppler. We had a little round of light snow move through last night. It didn't accumulate more than a little dusting. That's what we have out here on the patio right now. That's already out of here. So high-resolution Doppler is giving us a mainly clean sweep really throughout the upper Midwest as a whole. There's still a lot of cloud cover in some spots, but there's a little clearing line that you see across the Dakotas. That moves our direction as we head into your Sunday. In fact, we can go ahead and time that out for you. This afternoon, again, those clouds stick around. They may thin out a little bit this afternoon, but they do stick around. We'll see those temperatures right around 37. Pay attention to what happens overnight. Those clouds work towards the east. Drier air filters in. I expect that we should have a sunrise as we go into tomorrow. A beautiful sunrise at that. We'll see plenty of sunshine pretty much all day long, and those temperatures will top out into the mid and even upper 40s for those highs as we head into your Sunday. Beyond that, attention begins to turn towards our setup next week. Chilly air is moving towards the north and east. This is what's going to help us get those warmer temperatures moving into tomorrow, but eventually some colder air starts to move in from the north. At the same time, we start to get a more active storm track from the south. So what's going to happen is we're going to have the battle of the cold air towards the north and the warm air towards the south, with the stationary front somewhere likely between Chicago and St. Louis. This, in meteorological terms, is known as a baroclinic zone. In other words, this is where your storm systems begin to develop. I expect a storm system to develop. We'll have an area of low pressure, perhaps more than one, riding along this front that's going to ever so slowly move towards the south as colder air pushes in on the back side of that. The question is essentially, how far south does that front move? How fast is that going to be moving? The reason that's the question is because if there's a storm system along it that tracks towards our south, does it stay to our south, or is it far enough north to bring impactful weather towards southern Wisconsin? And right now, a lot of the models are teetering on between it being just far enough north or just far enough south that we get clipped by it. So we're going to be watching that very closely as we go through the coming days. The prime time for that is sometime between Tuesday and Thursday. Right now, the best chance is going to be Tuesday and Wednesday, but a lot of those model trends have been about a day slower. So later on tonight, we might actually be changing that forecast with those snow chances changing from Tuesday to Wednesday towards Wednesday and Thursday. Nonetheless, after the sunshine that we see on Sunday, the clouds come back. And we'll be dealing with those for, well, the following 8 days beyond Sunday. So make sure that you get outside and enjoy tomorrow, break out the grill, maybe go for a little splash in the pool with temperatures in the mid-40s. It sounds like our wintertime summer is happening on a Sunday this year.
I know. You know I'm looking forward to that, Kristen. This is the only day, and probably tomorrow, that I won't give you any flack for not wearing a coat outside.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate that, Keely.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, more local news now. A new month of family-focused shows are kicking off this morning at the Overture Center. Our Christina Laurie has a preview.
Even though it's the shortest month, February can often feel like the longest thanks to snow and gloomy weather. Luckily, Kids in the Rotunda helps us escape all of that with free events every Saturday morning. Today is no exception. Mary Rose from the Overture is back with us this morning to talk about what's showing. And today is another potentially snowy day. You've had a string of those. Show still goes on?
Yes, the shows will go on. As long as Madison city buses are running, Overture is open. If we are concerned about the weather, we'll post it to our Facebook page. And I got a wonderful comment recently from a mom who came to a Saturday show after the snow and told us how wonderfully plowed and clean our sidewalks were. So that made us feel great.
Oh, yeah, it would make anyone feel good. And what's showing this month? What's new?
So today we are celebrating Black History Month with an urban arts showcase presented by Joey Banks, who's the director of Black Star Drumline. So in addition to a showcase by the Drumline Academy students, we're also going to have a beatboxer, a hip-hop dance crew, a DJ, a bunch of fun stuff going on.
That's so fun.
It's going to be a great show. And then next week we have our annual Rockstar Karaoke show with the Gomers. So we invite everyone to prepare a song and join us for live karaoke with a full backing band.
So any kid can participate?
Yep, any kid can participate, get up on stage. Really popular songs have included a lot of Disney songs in the past, so those are always fun. And then on February 15th, Stuart Stotts is coming back to the Rotunda. He's been a classic at Kids in Rotunda. He is a Kennedy Center teaching artist who actually travels the world teaching arts integration through music. So we're very, very lucky to have him.
Oh, wow.
And then on February 22nd, we're going to have a magic show, which is always a lot of fun, with Magic Morgan and Liliana. And because this is a special leap year, on Leap Day, we are celebrating International Festival, our annual showcase of local cultural heritage. So we're going to have over 30 free performances and 40 vendors throughout our building that whole day.
I know I checked the calendar and I saw February 29th and my heart sank a little bit, but I'm glad you'll have a fun show on that day.
Yeah.
And for families, if you're going to the Overture for these events, you can stick around after the show as well. What do you do afterwards?
So we try to keep the families busy downtown. So we have two regular regular active series. One is yoga, presented by Little Ohm Big Ohm. We do that about 6 times a year, and those are always a lot of fun because it's a good opportunity for the kids to get active before and after a show. And we also have the MSCR Fit to Go van that comes and sets up a playground. And both of our active after Overture experiences are presented by one of our sponsors, Unity Point Health Meritor. So we're very fortunate to have that. And then we also do art after Overture at the Madison Public Library right across the street. And families can find out about all those experiences on our Facebook page or our website.
Great. And also just some quick tips for people wanting to go to these. I know the winter months are super busy, so what time should people arrive?
Yeah, so we recommend that they get there about a half hour early. That way, as soon as the doors open to the space, you can get right in. We have had, especially if the weather is bad enough where you don't want to be outside, but it's not keeping you away because you're not afraid of driving downtown or getting downtown, we'll hit capacity really early on our spaces, so we recommend people get there as early as they can.
And when are your show times again?
9:30, 11, and 1.
Okay, great. Hopefully families watching at home will make some quick plans to see you there. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll send it back to you, Keely.
Thanks, Christina. We're getting a first look at a new comedy coming to CBS and the fan favorite making its awaited return. Plus, there are several shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will shares his picks in 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
Mad City Baths can transform the look of your bathroom in as little as 1 day. Gorgeous bath and shower designs with durable surfaces that won't crack, peel, discolor, or fade.
Our bathroom was very outdated. It needed an uplift, and just the shower alone made it look brand new.
So don't put it off. Get special savings during our winter getaway event. Receive 50% off installation. We make it so affordable. Ask about 2.99% interest financing. And there's more. Instead of choosing between a bath project or taking that dream vacation this year, do both. Act now. And as a bonus, the first 100 homeowners who purchase a new bath or shower will receive a 7-day cruise or a resort voucher for 2. Plus, call during this program for the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. 608-729-4466.
I truly believe they are unique in the fact that they are just so personal.
They seem to go way out of their way to do things that you wouldn't even expect them to do.
And it's all about doing something to help ourselves heal.
We just lucked out because this is the one we drove by all the time, and I am so very glad that we ended up here.
Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. We are the hand on your shoulder to graciously help you through these tough times.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what is trending this morning. CBS is launching into spring with some big laughs. Man with a Plan, starring Golden Globe winner Matt LeBlanc, returns for its 4th season on Thursday, April 2nd. The comedy show stars LeBlanc as an old school guy confronting the modern challenges of parenting, marriage, and family. That's not the only reason you'll be laughing this spring. The new comedy Broke debuts the same night. Broke tells the story of a single suburban mom who ends up taking care care of her sister and family when their money runs out. The show highlights that strained relationship rekindled through sisterhood, using humor, of course, and Broke will replace Carol's second act when that show ends its run. Well, those shows are a good reminder spring is right around the corner, but there's still plenty to watch this winter. Here's Will Loper's 3 things to watch.
뭐야, 소독해? 창문 닫아. 나도 봐. 공짜로 집안에 소독도 하고.
New on home video this week is the film Parasite.
부모님 얼굴도 뵙고 좋더라. 건강들 하시고.
일거리가 없으셔도.
네가 내 대신 얘 과외 선생님 좀 해줘라. 영어.
대학생인 척하라는 거야?
구라를 좀 치지 뭐.
The critically acclaimed film tackles themes of class, showing the divide between the wealthy and the poor when a not-so-well-off family begins to infiltrate the household of a very rich one.
부잣집 과외야. 돈도 많이 줘.
이 댁 식구들 참 잘 속아, 그지?
아버지, 저는 이게 위조나 범죄라고 생각하지 않아요.
우리도 뭔가 준비를 해야겠다. 부자인데 착하다는 거. 진짜 니가 착한 거지.
Parasite is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
You didn't have to stay with her, you know.
Do I know you?
She told you she was pregnant and then she lost the baby. God. She made it up. She was never pregnant.
Newly streaming on Netflix this week is the series The Stranger.
Did you fake your pregnancy? I need you to tell me the truth.
A woman approaches a man and says his wife Corinne lied to him. Did Corinne or didn't she? His investigations reveal the truth and much more.
Where's a shoe?
Over here!
Get an ambulance and call for backup!
We've reason to believe that your wife was at the scene of a murder.
This doesn't make any sense. This stranger turns up all mysterious and drops bombs on people and then gone.
All 8 episodes of The Stranger are available to stream on Netflix now.
We all have our secrets, Ed. Even you.
Follow that North Star. If there are no stars, just follow the river.
Also newly arrived on home video is the film Harriet.
I don't know if you know how extraordinary this is, but you have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself.
Cynthia Erivo plays the heroic Harriet Tubman, who helps slaves escape on the Underground Railroad.
Why are you back here? It ain't safe.
I come to get you. Bring all of you to freedom.
Do you know what would happen if you got caught? You got lucky, Harriet.
I made it this far on my own, so don't you tell me what I can't do.
Harriet is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
Ready?
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Well, from movies to music, Puerto Rican singer Ricky Martin is teasing a new album as he gets ready to head back on the road. Martin says his album called Movement will be released within the next 2 months. The singer says turmoil in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria and recent earthquakes inspired the songs. Martin made headlines last year when he joined those demonstrations on the island, which led to the governor's resignation. His new world tour kicks off this week in Puerto Rico. Well, there's much more ahead on News 3 Now. Next, we're running down to Iowa and hearing from voters in America's biggest state. Plus, what this warm weekend weather could mean for popular winter activities, including the Lake Geneva ice castles that opened just overnight. We'll be right back.
Life happens fireside. When the ones you love most gather around the fire, life's warmest memories are made. And right now during the winter sale, create your own oasis indoors with instant savings up to $800 at Fireside Hearth and Home.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all. And I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
Goldman Cars is starting off the new year with a bang. Many vehicles priced under $99.95 or $155 per month.
Get a 2015 Hyundai Elantra for only $89.95 or $139 per month.
Or a 2015 Jeep Patriot for only $89.95 or $139 per month.
Or a 2010 Acura TSX for $99.95 or $155 per month.
Many vehicles to choose from for under $99.95 or $155 per month.
Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
When it comes to the bathroom, the Mad City bathroom, I have to give it a 10. I love the shower, the area in which they put together. It's beautiful.
Let Mad City Baths give your bathroom a facelift with our one-day bath and shower installations. From custom tub-to-shower conversions with handrails and a safety seat to walk-in tubs with massaging hydrotherapy. Now's the time to call during our winter getaway event. Receive 50% off installation. Ask about 2.99% interest financing. Plus, you don't have to choose between getting a new bath over planning a vacation this year. With our bonus, do both. The first 100 homeowners who call will receive a 7-day cruise or a resort voucher for 2 with bath or shower purchase. And call now during this program for the free gift with your in-home estimate. 608-729-4466.
April 18th is National Piñata Day, but you don't need to put on a blindfold and hit a papier-mâché unicorn to get stuff you want. Just become an AARP member. Your AARP membership comes with access to more of what you want, like learning about the latest tech, health tips, nights out at local restaurants, help planning your getaways, and more. So take off the blindfold and join today, because, you know, it's easier without the blindfold. There's lots of stuff in there, and today could be your day to explore it. Learn more at aarp.org/more.
Life happens fireside. When the ones you love most gather around the fire, life's warmest memories are made. And right now during the winter sale, create your own oasis indoors with instant savings up to $800 at Fireside Hearth and Home.
Well, good food, better conversation. CBS News is traveling the country this year to sit down with voters ahead of the 2020 election. This morning, we'll hear what's on the mind of voters in America's biggest state.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning. It's February 1st. I'm Keely Arthur. We're going to get a check on weather with Chris in just a second. But first, here are 3 things to know as you start your day. Instead of voting overnight, as some suspected, senators will now wait and cast their final votes in the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump next week. This comes as the Republican-controlled Senate voted against additional witnesses in the impeachment trial of President Trump. Senators agreed to hold closing arguments Monday and a final vote Wednesday. Now, this coincides with a very busy week in politics. The Iowa caucus is Monday, and President Trump will deliver his State of the Union address Tuesday night. The Trump administration has now signed a proclamation declaring the coronavirus a public health emergency in the states as a 7th case was reported. Meanwhile, United, American, and Delta Airlines have all announced plans to suspend U.S.-China flights. Health officials also want all 195 people who were flown out of China this week to be quarantined at the Southern California military base for 2 weeks. Now, they arrived from Wuhan on Wednesday. Officials say no one has shown signs of the illness. And the Badger men's basketball team is getting ready to tip off against Cassius Winston and the 14th ranked Michigan State Spartans this afternoon over at the Kohl Center. It's the Badgers' first game without Kobe King as well as Brad Davison, who is serving a 1-game suspension. Both Brevin Pritzel and true freshman Tyler Wall are now expected to start. Players are calling this their biggest test of adversity so far this season. Tip-off is at noon. Now here's meteorologist Chris Reese with your Saturday forecast. And Chris, it's going to be a pretty nice weekend considering it's the start of February.
That's right. It is the start of February. Temperatures are going to be above average. And you see this number, 11? This one's going to come to an end. We've been at 11 days of cloud cover. That streak is going down. We just have to get through today and into tomorrow before we can see that sun begin to shine again. Plenty of cloud cover out there right now, but temperatures are above freezing, folks. 33 right now. Those winds are out of the south and west, 6 miles per hour, folks. As long as we keep that southwesterly wind, we will continue to see those temperatures on the milder side. 34 in Mineral Point right now. Boscobel still sitting at 35. We're 34 in Janesville as well. High-resolution Doppler coming in with a clean sweep. We had some flurries overnight. That dropped a quick little dusting in some spots, especially down south. But that continues to move on out of here. So once we get through the sunshine tomorrow, our setup focuses on next week. We'll likely see a stationary front somewhere between Chicago and St. Louis. Cold air towards the north, warm air towards the south. That'll likely make way to a storm system that'll track along that stationary front. We'll be breaking down where exactly that tracks as we go through the coming days because it could have impact on weather here in southern Wisconsin. Keely?
All right, thank you, Chris. The operators of the Lake Geneva ice castles are also watching the weather closely. They officially opened today after already being delayed for several weeks. Things were busy last night, but this weekend with the expected warm-up, we asked the site manager how it could affect the castles, and they're worried if they'll hold up.
Not concerned. I mean, it's kind of a bummer because, you know, we like the cold. We love it miserably cold. That's what we love it. It'll get a little warm. Castle will kind of sweat and drip a little bit, but still a great experience. You know, it's an organic living organism, and it changes with the seasons and the temperatures. And so we've got cold temperatures on the forecast, the horizon, so it should work out.
The site manager says the weather has made things extremely difficult this year, going all the way back to October. He says they actually had to start over 5 times. Oh my gosh, so many times, poor guys out there. Well, the first votes of the 2020 election cycle will be cast in just 48 hours during Monday's Iowa caucus. But this morning, we're taking a detour south to see what's on the minds of Texas voters. Major Garrett has the story.
Eggs, hash browns, and pancakes dance across the griddle at the Avalon Diner in Stafford, Texas. Scott Benoit is a dentist, his wife Janine a speech therapist.
The economy's going really well. I think overall we're safe as a country. Everything's going pretty well.
The sign outside backs that up. The Avalon's owner told us she's lost workers to better jobs elsewhere. Scott did not vote for Mr. Trump in 2016, but will this year. Janine was with the president from the beginning.
I just have more conservative values. I tend to go more with that person.
Just across from Scott and Janine, we met Bernard and Sharon Maynor. Both work in healthcare.
I feel mystified when I'm listening to what Donald Trump has to say.
How frequently now or during the Trump presidency have you found yourself shaking your head?
Every day. My co-worker said that we needed a change. You know, they wanted to make America great again. You know, I'm wondering, those same people, do they think that he has made America great again?
Then it was on to lunch in conservative Midland, a boom town in West Texas where oil and natural gas production runs around the clock. At Mac's Barbecue, a local favorite, the brisket is slow cooked out back for 18 hours. Customers start arriving for lunch about 11. Kyle Davis, his brother Jake, and their business partner Tom Hull run a construction and drilling company. Kyle and Jake support President Trump and expect him to be reelected.
I don't like all the nonsense that comes with him, but yeah, his policy has been spot on.
I really don't want another Obama. I kind of feel like he divided our country.
We asked both about impeachment. Kyle's answer surprised us.
Wasn't an impeachable offense? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it probably was.
Jake took the long view.
I'm sure at some point every president could have been impeached.
Tom calls himself a New England Republican and considers Mr. Trump a failure.
The economy's been propped up with record levels of deficit spending, and he picks fights that he doesn't know how to get out of.
We also met Allison Loera, Laura Ortegon, and Jennifer Reyes. Allison works in insurance. Laura and Jennifer are data specialists for drilling companies.
Some of the comments that he makes sometimes, especially being Hispanic, so the Hispanic community.
We feel targeted.
Do you feel lumped in or somehow demonized?
in a way, I guess. I mean,
Comments like that shouldn't be made by somebody with that much power and authority.
You know, Texas is a really big place. 10 European countries could fit inside Texas with room to spare. Even the statues are really big in Texas. Just check with Sam Houston, father of Texas.
Dinner took us to the Flying Saucer Pub in Garland, a politically moderate area northeast of Dallas. Rita Dusick and her husband, Al.
I voted for Trump.
You did? Okay.
I did because I thought we need somebody that's not a politician. Well, that didn't seem to work out.
Will you vote for him again?
No.
I'm a registered Republican, but I did not vote for him. I don't like extremism on either side.
Just across the way, we met David Lindsay, who owns a construction firm.
The economy has probably been the best since I've owned the company.
You give anyone in the political world credit for that?
I will solemnly give the president credit for doing it.
We raised the president's volatile style.
Do you ever wish he would tone it down?
Oh, yeah. I think somebody should hide his cell phone on it.
Blake Hamilton and Daniel Torres both opposed Mr. Trump in 2016 and will vote in the March 3rd Texas Democratic primary.
I have a very, very just strong feeling the young vote will come out this year.
Yeah. When you think about the Democrats, what are your thoughts?
Stop making everything a battle to the end. The Democrats are exhausting themselves and exhausting the public.
Sound like they're exhausting you.
Yes.
Well, Major Garrett says he also asked everyone if they had seen or remembered a Mike Bloomberg TV ad. All but two had, interestingly, Democrats said they were open to that primary, and Trump supporters said they thought Bloomberg might give the president their toughest challenge. Now, Bloomberg did not qualify for the ballot this Monday in Iowa. Well, looking for something to do this weekend? We have got you covered. From a step back in time to celebrate one town's heritage to a fantasy-filled push forward to the wizarding world, your Weekend 608 is next on News 3 Now this morning.
Enjoy more at Three Bears Resort in Warrens, Wisconsin. Awesome indoor and outdoor water parks for all ages, plus mini golf, arcade, and laser maze. Easy to get to just north of the Dells. It's the best value out there for family fun. Visit threebearsresort.com.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds apply to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
Mad City Baths makes bathing safe, simple, and secure with easy access bath and shower designs. Transform that old tub into a new walk-in shower or walk-in tub like this. Remember, Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler, but time's running out to call during our winter getaway event. Receive 50% off installation. Ask about 2.99% interest financing. And don't sacrifice your vacation this year for your bath project. Get both. As a bonus, the first 100 homeowners to invest in a new bath or shower will receive a 7-day cruise or a resort voucher for 2. Plus, last chance to call during this program for the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout the greater Madison area, dial 608-729-4466. Call now.
If your gums bleed when you brush, you may have gingivitis, and the clock could be ticking towards bad breath, receding gums, and possibly tooth loss. Help turn back the clock on gingivitis with Parodontax. Leave bleeding gums behind. Parodontax.
Patients want something that works faster for them. Why would somebody want to suffer if there's options that they don't need to? I think dentists will want to recommend Sensodyne Rapid Relief. It's clinically proven to work in 3 days, which means for patients that they get relief very fast.
There's more to enjoy at Three Bears Resort in Warrens, Wisconsin. Skip the crowds. Sit back and relax while you watch your children safely play from almost anywhere in the water park. Perfect for weddings, family reunions, or special events. Visit threebearsresort.com.
The race to the White House begins with the Iowa caucuses, and News 3 Now is there. Political reporter Amy Reed covers every angle with live reports starting Sunday. Stay informed with the area's most in-depth election coverage, only on News 3 Now.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Visibility continues to improve as we go throughout the morning. I've been watching these numbers since about 2 o'clock. They are starting to get better. So that is good news that the fog is lifting. Visibility is still 1 mile in Janesville, but a lot of the areas where that visibility was a half a mile or even a quarter mile earlier, you're up towards 5 mile visibility. And the places that were at 5 mile visibility earlier, well, are now up towards 9 and 10 mile visibility. Temperature-wise, we have stayed fairly consistent. They've been just above that freezing mark. Truth be told, these temperatures have not budged at all since about 2:30 this morning, and that's simply because we've had the fog and the cloud cover around. But we will eventually break them. That happens tomorrow. It'll be coupled with spring-like temperatures, and then once we get towards the other side of the weekend 608 and the commercial break to follow, we'll be talking about that interesting setup that we have for next week.
All right. Well, it is the weekend in the 608.
That's right, and here's a quick look at what's happening in and around the Madison area.
If you see someone donning a red pointy hat this weekend, don't be alarmed. Odds are they're from, I would be alarmed in most circumstances. Odds are they're from Mount Horeb. Both today and tomorrow, the Scandahoovian Fest is happening in the city just west of Madison. It's all in celebration of Mount Horeb's Scandinavian heritage. Festival goers can go frozen turkey bowling, play family broomball, or enjoy a candlelight ski. That sounds nice. New this year is the partner carrying contest, which is actually exactly as it sounds. You can find a full schedule of events at mhscandifest.com.
You know, I lived in Mount Horeb for a year. I got to tell you, I love the energy and culture there.
Oh, that's
it's a
so
vibe.
fun. I didn't even know that.
Yep. So then this afternoon it's only this afternoon, but you can head to Hogwarts thanks to the sights and sounds of Madison Symphony Orchestra. This year they are playing along to the score of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the third film in the beloved franchise. The show is a little more than 3 hours long, but it does have a 20-minute intermission. The performance begins at 1 o'clock.
All right, and as always, this is your reminder to pick up this month's Madison magazine for all the best the Madison area has to offer.
All right, well, Keely, we broke out the yellow. It is time to see the sunshine. We are just 1 day away. You are looking live over the Capitol right now. I'll have your full First Alert forecast next.
But first, let's take a look at who is turning 3 today. Happy birthday to Farron and all the other kiddos celebrating. We'll be back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, January 30th through February 2nd. Great RV show pricing just up the road, Highway 51.net.
What do you wish you had more of? If you said time, you're at the right place at just the right time. Hi, I'm Chris Klein, financial advisor with Capstone Wealth Management. My team and I have been managing investments for over 20 years for people just like you. And when you get right down to it, our job is to help you create time. How? Tune into my radio show on the Big 1070 AM, download our podcasts, or sign up for our newsletters on the website listed below. You'll learn more about me, my team, and how we might be able to just create time for you too.
Grab your boots or running shoes for the Frozen Assets 5K Run Walk on Frozen Lake Mendota, presented by Land's End and sponsored by Michelob Ultra. Saturday, February 8th at the Edgewater.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
It's the biggest and the best. The News 3 Now Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. January 31st, February 1st and 2nd at the Alliant Energy Center.
The number of uninsured Americans rising. The cost of prescription drugs rising. The threat to people with pre-existing conditions rising. The good news? So is support for the one candidate who'll do something about it. As mayor, Mike Bloomberg helped expand coverage for 700,000 people, including hundreds of thousands of kids. As president, he'll lower drug costs and ensure everyone without coverage can get it. That's a promise. And unlike him, Mike actually keeps his.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message. Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you?
Smile.
Woo, those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
High-resolution Doppler is coming in with a clean sweep this morning. This is after some mornings with the flurries and the light snow that we had really over the past week and a half to 2 weeks or so. We did actually see some light snow last night. That's already moved on out of here. Things are relatively quiet across the upper Midwest now, but there is still at least a little bit of some cloud cover. You can start to see a clearing line as you work your way back towards the north across the high plains. That works its way our direction as soon as tonight. Let's go through the afternoon. We'll see those temperatures topping out right around 37 today. Notice the clouds are a little bit thinner later on this afternoon. You see that weak little disturbance that'll try to slide on through. Overnight, here we are at 6 o'clock in the morning. Watch that clearing line moving on in. Temperatures will be into the upper 20s, but we will see sunshine pretty much all day for your Sunday, and temperatures are going to take off in a hurry, folks. 45 as we get towards the afternoon. I think some folks end up being even warmer, closer towards the 50-degree mark. Now, I will say, typically, when you get a lot of warm air on top of a snowpack, that snow starts to melt, that adds moisture to the air, you end up with a lot of fog. But the reason I'm going to go with sunshine tomorrow instead of the fog is because I expect things to be windy. When you get a lot of wind, it's hard for fog to develop just because the air is blown around and mixed up. So tomorrow's warmer air and the sunshine is all thanks to this chilly brand of air moving in towards the north and east. That allows the milder air that you see towards the south and west to really build in towards the Midwest before we get another shot of cold. And with that shot of cold, notice that jet stream aligning from the Great Lakes all the way back down towards parts of Texas. This is the kind of jet stream orientation that typically leads to interesting setups for the upper Midwest. In fact, I think we could have an interesting setup. I expect to have an interesting setup by the time we get you towards early next week. This is Monday, approaching the lunchtime hours. We're going to see a stationary front somewhere between Chicago and St. Louis. There will be a wave of low pressure along that. The reason I expect that is when you have cold air towards the north and warm air towards the south. We call this in meteorology a baroclinic zone. This is just an area where storm systems are likely to develop, and it's going to be very slow moving, but I think in general we're going to see a gradual push towards the south as the colder air is what's more likely to win out. It's heavier, it's denser, so I think that will have no problem pushing towards the south. The question is just how fast does that happen, and where does this area of low pressure set up? If it's farther towards the south, we don't see much of an impact from this next system. However, if it's in between or further towards the north, we could see an impactful winter weather event sometime around the middle of next week. Right now, keep those snow chances on Tuesday and Wednesday. However, I'm toying around with the idea of delaying things a day, perhaps Wednesday and Thursday. When you get a little bit of a slow moving system, that often means a little bit stronger and a further north system as well. We still have plenty of days to tracking that, but in the meantime, sunshine on Sunday, soak that up. It's the best day of the forecast.
Yeah, all my focus is on that 46 degrees. On Sunday, we were joking. People are going to be in shorts, barbecuing.
I'm sure someone will be.
People are going to have those the fans and the spray water. It's going to be hot. Okay.
It'll be a good day.
It will be. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. It's all up to Jimmy the Groundhog. Tomorrow morning, we're heading to Sun Prairie for a groundhog celebration with the area's most famous rodent. Our news starts at 6:30. But first this morning, Fighting for Change will introduce you to the father and son duo helping the homeless and working their way into our hearts. That's next on News 3 Now.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold.
At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care. If you ever find yourself in a negotiation, one that involves you or your family being injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side. One who will not blink. No matter the size of the case, you want an advocate, totally prepared, impossible to rattle. Someone who has recovered more million-dollar results for their clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. It's not about bluffing. It's about fighting and winning since 1930. Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Congratulations to Holly Walker, a top-notch drama teacher at West High School in Madison.
When I see a student just living fully in who they are when they're on stage and then giving that back to the audience for these little kids to see, that part I love. I absolutely love that part.
If you know a teacher who deserves to be recognized as a top-notch teacher, send us a letter, an email, or nominate a teacher at channel3000.com.
Sponsored by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
You gotta go to Gobin Cars, East and West.
Well, finally this morning, the homeless live in every big city, in shelters and cars, even on sidewalks.
But a father and his 10-year-old son are determined to change that. Here's Maria Villarreal with the story.
It's 1:26. A lot of people have ate already.
Chase and his dad, John Hansen, search the streets of Salt Lake City every weekend for the perfect person to take to lunch. The only requirement is that they're homeless.
Is there a point where you are nervous, especially with your 10-year-old son?
You know, there's been a few moments that I've been, you know, you feel that warning in your heart.
My name's Monique. John and Chase started what they call Project Empathy 4 years ago. It's all about sharing a meal with someone, listening to their story, and figuring out how they can help.
The homeless took me in more than the people I actually knew here.
Their meeting with Monique was brief.
How do you stay in touch with her?
Sometimes we can't. That's a challenge. There's oftentimes what you have is a moment in time where you're just intentional and deliberate. Sometimes you can't do more than the now.
Mike Campbell is someone they did stay in touch with. He was one of the first people they took to lunch.
I developed a friend in John, and finally I learned how to be a friend.
Mike has 2 sons who live with his ex-wife.
I have a single-man tent.
He lives in a small tent south of Salt Lake.
It's the way to get by until I can get back to a place where
I could provide a place for my boys and I to live together.
It's like really slippery.
John and Chase know they can't solve the homeless problem everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just hoping empathy will catch on.
We could and we will succeed if we have other people come out and help.
Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Salt Lake City, Utah.
All right, Chris, we are tracking a pretty warm weekend.
Yeah, things are going to be very warm this weekend. We have a little fog and cloud cover out there now, but folks, just get through Saturday. Just get through Saturday.
Just do
we
it.
We can do this because
Sunday.
Yes, that's right. Sunday is the day of sunshine. It's going to be a little bit soupy. You know, you're going to step around and everything's just going to be sloshed out.
That is the worst word ever, soupy.
But that's what it's going to be tomorrow. But the sun will be out. Gather your friends, your family, your pets. Just get outdoors and enjoy tomorrow.
All right, you can see Chris and I tomorrow at 6:30 and see what Jimmy has to say about spring and winter.